Okay.
You're good.
All right. 543. Are we on?
You are on.
Oh, hello.
I was having to move up the
Hello.
chat.
Margie and I are just talking about going live. I didn't realize we were. Hello, guys. Hi, Betty and Annette and Irene. And can you scroll up? There we go.
Ruth?
Ruth, I think I said Ruth, but I'm not sure. And I did say Irene and Annette and Betty. And there's Pam. Hi, Pam and Mitzi. And Kathy girl. Hello there. How you guys doing? Can you hear me loud and clear tonight? Please. Last night was a disaster. I deserve a good night. Everybody here okay? Give me a 1. Anybody? There we go. Loud and clear. Thank you. Pam, that sounds like a really good way to be watching videos with Girl Scout cookies and cup of coffee.
What kind?
Yeah, what kind of girl? Oh, Thin Mints. Those are the best.
Can we live vicariously through Pam?
I think so. Because I do love those Thin Mints. Let's see what we're going to make today. Today it's Easter Bunny Day. Here's our bunny. This one's on a velvet background. This one's got his own little shaker window at the top. We're going to use some of that fun Easter mix we had earlier. It's now sold out, but you got it in your kits. And we're going to make this fun interdimension card with green velvet and fun buttons, also out of our confetti kit. So there we go. Oh, yeah, I'm not living right or something because I didn't have any Girl Scouts visit me this year to say, do you want Thin Mints? So I have missed out on my Thin Mints. So I guess that means I'd have to go to the grocery store or something where I run into. Betty says, I have no cookies. You and me both, Betty. We both have no cookies. You know, I don't know why that kind of reminds me of have no bananas. I have no bananas today. Yes, I have no bananas. I have no cookies today. Okay, anyway. You guys never know what you're going to get with me. Oh, yesterday I was frustrated. I'm sorry if that frustration came through. It was really a difficult time to get on, and we had so many things to talk about. It was difficult, but we got it. Let's see what's in our kit today. We still have a few of these left, I believe, Margie. Maybe you could link them. We have in our kit, we have the Easter Bunny. I think it's called Easter Bunny. Yes, it is. The Easter Bunny Deco Large Kit from Hunky Dory, the Springtime Wishes. Hi, Glenn. And so we got our 3 pieces from that. We have our card blanks. We have our big interdimension card. Looks intimidating. Don't let it intimidate you. It's really pretty easy to do. We have a 5x5. We have a European A6. We have envelopes to match those. We have this absolutely gorgeous lavender velvet, and we have the sage color velvet. We have mirror board. We have foam squares. And, well, it's not a very big foam squares we gave them with this one. And we are ready to go. So let's start by divvying up our foam scores. Oh, did I say we had the shaker mix? Where did that go? Oh, here it is. There were 2 other things we had in our kits that I neglected to mention.
One's very important.
2 are very important. Shaker tape and our beautiful mix. Hi, Susan. Oh, you decided not to come? Okay. Hello.
Hi, Mary R.
Hi, Mary R. Hi, Sharma. Okay, so these two are in your kits as well. So you get lots of fun supplies in your kit today. It's going to be great fun to work on. Okay, one of our layers clearly will be this wonderful little Easter bunny. Then we're going to use as our next base layer our beautiful cardstock. And we're going to go to our push out sheet and we're going to find whatever is the most complete image. And I can tell by looking, that's going to be the very first image on the sheet. And with these little daffodils, these are a little bit fussy to punch out. So take your time. They'll come out okay and they won't tear as long as you just take your time and pull them out carefully. If you do manage to tear one, don't panic. Just use your foam squares and apply the pieces. Okay, so there's our third base sheet. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to divvy up my pieces. As you've heard me say so many times before, I'm going to take this other fairly complete image and I'm going to use this on my cardstock. And the reason I want this one on my cardstock is that my cardstock does not have foiling. So by using this fairly complete image on my cardstock, I get a nice pretty foiled image on that sheet too. So I'm going to put that one here. And then I'm just going to start divvying up. I have two. Oh, actually, I have one pretty good flower here. I think we'll use it on this one. Then I've got a nice piece up here that's got the Easter eggs and stuff, a fairly good size piece up here. Come on, come out, come out. There we go. We'll go to our bunny with that one. And now we just kind of start divvying things up from here. I like to kind of give everybody like images if I can. So I've got this pink Easter egg. I've got this pink Easter egg here.
Daddy wants to know if you are going to decorate Bob's tree for Easter.
We definitely could. I hadn't considered it yet, but why not? That'd be fun. Okay, I never did send you the pictures from before. I apologize for that. My mind has been scattered, guys. Scattered. Okay. All right, I'm going to put this little bunny, this one down here. I'm just trying to kind of divvy up and kind of make things even. And if I start putting them on and one area of a card looks like it needs more, I'll borrow pieces from one of the other ones and kind of redivvy. Redivvy, is that a word? It must be, because it's a good word. We'll have to ask our resident writer. Redivvy. Can you redivvy something? Okay. All right. So there's a lot of little pieces in this project today. So there's two hands for the bunny and an ear. I'm going to put those all on one for obvious reasons. And we have a bunch of these daffodil pieces. So I'm just going to kind of divvy those up between. Yes, we did. Kathy Girly Girl, they came well, I saw them this week. We don't always get the mail out of the mailbox every day. So I'm not sure how many days they were there, but absolutely charming cards. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to have to decide who gets the Easter Bunny ear and the arms. I'm going to put those off to the side up here and we'll decide who gets those. I have a little flower bud here. It can kind of go on wherever it's needed. And I have two little butterflies here. Lots and lots of little pieces in this butterfly, or this butterfly, and this Easter bunny kit. Okay, I think I got everything out. Let's go ahead and start putting them all together. I'm going to start with my cardstock right in front of me. You just work from largest piece to smallest piece. And we'll see where it takes us. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys for your kind cards to Bob. It just means so much to him. It really does, guys. Really does. And I got to tell you, Mom got the first set of cards. I added a card of my own to the first group of cards that came in, and I mailed those out last week. And then I have another set of cards in the house ready to go up to her. And she said, "Oh, I just got to finish." She called me today and she wanted everybody's addresses because she didn't keep all the envelopes. And she was wanting to respond to everybody, which I think is really good. I, she said, "Oh, they were just so much fun." So thank you guys for your cards to my mom too. Our mailbox is secured. It has a really good lock on it, and it is very watertight. So yes. So anyway, thank you guys for your cards to Bob and also for your kindness to my mom. She's doing well, but we're all a little nervous at this point. Why we couldn't just get this show on the road as scheduled is beyond me. I told Margie I was doing really well with this while I was organizing everything, you know, getting lined up for our medical care and getting lined up for the things that we had to, schedules and one thing and another. I thrive in that environment. That was fine doing all of that stuff. But I was busy all week last week, so that was good. This week I'm sitting around twiddling my thumbs and it's making me way more nervous. So I will be glad when both glad and maybe not glad at the same time when we get there. Does that make any sense at all? I don't know. I mean, it's risky, so I'm worried about it too. But sitting around worrying about things doesn't do any good for anybody. So, yeah, crazy. Life's crazy sometimes, but anyhow. Hi, Inez and Diane and Thelma. Good to see everybody. Good to see you people. We're just layering up our little bunny here. We just distributed our three pieces, or our all of our pieces, to three different stacks, and we're starting with her cardstock one. You guys will remember that we use the second biggest image on our cardstock. The most complete image will become our third base. But we're going to use the second most complete image and put it on our cardstock because the cardstock piece doesn't have foiling. And this is going to add that beautiful foiling to our packages, to our image here. So Margie just finished. Is it up yet, Margie? Your other pack of napkins?
Yeah.
Margie just added one additional napkin pack. It's the familiar images. And we did that because I know that there are some images we've done before in our cards and with the napkins that you guys especially liked. And we still had some of those. So we put those together. And I threw in two extras just because I couldn't help myself because they're just too cute. There's one that's a pig and a muddy pig, and he's just too cute. He needed to go in there. And I am,
And the snowbirds.
and then the snowbirds that were in our Christmas kit. And the snowbirds are going to be one of your favorite cards out of the Christmas kit. I know it. And I still have some of those. So we put snowbirds in the familiar kit as well. And those are now up and available. But remember the card we did on the napkin that was black background with the birds? That one was always a favorite, and it's out there again, as well as some of the other ones that you guys have told us over time you liked um, are out there as well. So there is that's our final pack of napkins. I am now out of napkin stacks here in the in the shop to keep adding to them. And if I go napkin shopping again, Margie's going to kill me. It won't even be Brett this time. I think Margie will do me in. So we do
I'd
have.
rather do napkins than stickers.
That's true. Margie would rather do napkins than stickers. And speaking of stickers, Margie is in the process of writing the listing for our first set of assorted stickers that I've been promising and promising. She's had them done. I just went through, and one of the things I wanted to do was to, um, I wanted to go through and guesstimate what the original value was and just make sure that they were going to be as much of a value as I told you that they were. So I went through and I guesstimated the original value of the stickers very conservatively, I might add. And so we, I put, I guesstimated the value, and then those sticker packs are going to be like 85% off. So, holy cow, they're going to be a great value. Okay, we got our first image layered up. Debbie, maybe your mom's surgery is a godsend. Once our flight was deferred, we were annoyed to wait a few hours, take another flight. We got home, found out the plane didn't get on, it crashed. Yes, I got it. I understand what you're saying. That there could have been something going wrong in the surgery theater, any number of things. And yes, I know, and I know I need to be patient. Patience has never been my long suit, though. You guys might have figured that out over time. Patience has never been my long suit. And you never pray for patience because if you pray for patience, God gives you opportunities to learn it. I learned that early on, too. Oh, boy.
Just know that it usually means that you have to put in the work.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyhow, we are set and ready to go in any case. The first year I was married, sorry about a cute. Okay. There are some additional folks added to our list. Betty McSorley is now on the list. Oh boy, I don't have it right here in front of me, and I have a mind like a steel trap these days. But I will get the list out before I leave. I promise you that. I I have to type all your addresses into constant contact in order to send it out to everybody, and I just need to get the time to sit down and do that. But I will get that done. I promise you, I will get it done before I leave. You will have the you will have the updated Christmas list. There were a couple of additions. There was one removal. Not that she didn't love participation, but she's going to be moving this year, and it was just too much to think about trying to do 30 cards. So one of our list members dropped off, and I think that leaves us with 30 even. And we're gonna stop it there because otherwise it'll just get too big. So that's where we are on our Christmas list. But I promise I will get that out to you before I go. Now, will you text me and remind me to put out the Christmas list, please? I'm serious. Text me and say, did you do this?
Right now?
Yeah.
Because that's gonna, I won't remember past right now.
Yeah. Oh, here. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Yeah, I have Bryce text me things all the time that I promise in here, so I don't let people down. All right. Anyway, my mom was really in a cheery mood after all of your cards, so thank you guys for that. That was very sweet. And I will get the next batch of those sent off to her so she has them before the first of the week. So it's a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle sometimes to figure out where all these little pieces go, but that's part of the fun of these kits, I think, is the layering things up. I do like doing it. I did highlight all the changes and I bolded it and highlighted it, and I made the changes blue so it will be very easy to see where there's changes of address, changes of participation in the list, changes, additions. It will be very, very easy to see where all the changes are in the list. Okay, layer number 2 looks good. And now we're going to do layer number 3. And then I'm going to pick who gets these extra little pieces. So far, they look pretty even. I think this base piece might be the one that gets the extra, some of the extra pieces at least, because it looks a little bit more sparse. But we'll see once we get everything on there. Maybe it won't be. Okay. Oh my gosh. He misplaced it. You know what? Bob won't notice he got two from the same person, but he will love the fact that he got two. He puts his cards on his little table. We have one of those little like a tray table, and then it's got arms on it to help you stand up and stuff. And he's got one of those at his chair in the living room, and he opens his cards, he looks them all over. Sometimes he carries them around for a while with him, and then he puts them down on that table, and then an hour later he'll pick them up and look at them again. He really enjoys his cards. He loves getting mail. Okay. Oops. Kind of got that square off a little bit. Got back on. All right. And some daffodils here. I looked at this little sheet of squares and I thought it's not possible that's going to be enough squares, but it really is. It's more than enough. It has to be nice getting something other than bills and junk mail. Yes, Bryce and I get his bills and junk mail, and he gets the good stuff. Teddy is still hanging around real closely with Bob lately. He's been sitting in Bob's lap a lot. Last night, Bryce was scolding the dog for trying to police the cats. He thinks he's the sheriff of all critters here in the household. And if the cats do something they're not supposed to do, they scratch on the furniture or, you know, yowl at each other or do anything, he's right there, yup, 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 barking at him for doing it, because he thinks he's the sheriff of all cats. And so Bryce scolded him for yelling at the cats and told the dog that he was not the cat patrol and you just need to be quiet, Teddy. Bob, I think, was a little offended and he said, be nice to him. He's just a puppy. He was coming to the aid of his little partner.
Did that happen yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe that was the day that after you told me that you were not happy.
Oh, no. No, Bryce was scolding him last night. Nothing to it, but you don't yell at Bob's partner.
Don't do it.
He's just a puppy.
Do you want me to take a picture of this just kind of in the bag?
I already did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
They're on my phone. They didn't go to you yet, but I took pictures. I took several shots of stickers
Okay.
that were included, and I took. Which one looks like it needs the most? Actually, I think this little cardstock needs it more. Yeah. He's just a baby, just a puppy. And Bob tells him at least 14 times a day, Teddy, you're a good puppy. You're a good puppy. He's a good puppy, he says, and he pets him. And Ted wags his tail and says, yeah, that's my friend. That's my friend Bob right there. And anybody he talks to on the phone, he says, yep, that's a good dog. That's a good dog. Was not about to let Bryce get away with scolding his little dog. Jordan will call and say, and how's my brother? Meaning the dog. How's my little brother? Even these little squares can be a little bit big for the tiny pieces. I just cut them in half or put them on, and if they show at all, then I trim them down. All right. This little yellow flower. Who gets the little yellow flower? I think I'll put the little yellow flower over here on this piece. Then I got a couple butterflies to use. And the two images that have the butterflies. Our extra image doesn't have them. So I'm going to put it on here. I can almost always get 3 cards out of a kit, but every once in a while the pieces will be so big that you just really can't get the dimension that you want. And when that happens, I only make 2. That's what happened with the heart cards we have coming up. They have beautiful, beautiful dimension. It's just that the pieces were so big that they just didn't look quite right unless I made just 2 and then layered them a little bit extra. So that's how I gauge it. All right, so we have our base pieces all ready to go. Let's build something, shall we? Let's see what we're building here. Let's do, you know, guys know me, I like to do the easiest ones first. I'm going to do this 4x4 or 5x5. I guess it's a 5x5. And it's so easy. We're going to grab, not that all of these cards aren't easy, but I'm going to grab my 5x5.
Sorry,
Go ahead. What?
I was just going to read you what Annette had said.
Oh, go ahead.
My nephew was about 6 when someone asked him, did he have any brothers and sisters? And he said, yes, Winky just had me 8 more.
That's cute. That's adorable, actually. Okay, I'm going to cover my card with my purple velvet. It is so pretty. It's so pretty. I am just in love with Muddy Paws, that kit we looked at last night. I couldn't wait for Margie to come in today so I could show it to her, and I did just about first thing. Did you see this, Margie? They're so cute. Those card boxes work out really well for the deep cards, where you put a lot of layers on a single card. And sometimes you want to do that. I mean, I do that sometimes. And the foiled ones that we have on sale right now are great. And then if you just want a box for it, just to protect it a little bit more, we also have those paper boxes we looked at yesterday. Wait, that lavender's beautiful.
Right, Jeff said purple and yellow is a pretty color combination.
And I love these little yellow pearls on here that come out of our mix. What happened?
Betty says, always loved it when my mom called me by the dog's name.
I don't think I've done that with my girls, but I call them by each other's names almost constantly. Let's see. I have one of these rolls of this cheap adhesive here. I'm going to use some of this behind there for dimension, because why not? You can use your foam squares for this, but I'm just going to put a couple strips of this in here. It'll stick really good to that velvet, I think. This is such a cute little bunny, too. He's adorable. Okay. The simplest of cards right here, but it's just going to be adorable. Well, my girls hear about who I love the most all the time. Every day I say, "Oh, you're my favorite kid," but the next day the other one's my favorite kid. You're my absolute favorite daughter. No, today Jordan's my favorite daughter. Tomorrow it will be Lauren, but I always get their names backwards, always. Finally, I just say you. You. Okay. Did I tape that back? I didn't remember taping it back, but I must have. Okay. Of course, I'm going to mix out my little tray. I'm going to grab me some of these little pearl beads here. The little pearls come right out of your mix. I recommend removing these pearls before using this in your shaker card, because these pearls are a little deep for your shaker. So just an FYI, my confetti in my little sample card gets stuck because I accidentally got one of these pearls in it, but I wasn't about to take it apart and risk tearing up my card to get it out of there, so I left it.
Betty said the dog's name was Buffy, so it was easy to mix this up.
Betty and Buffy. Okay, oop, there we go. All right. Glue. We have glue. Now I have glue and a sequin on my finger. All right. I just put these down. I still have the sequin on my finger. No clue. I have a trick for you when we do our shaker card that worked out really well. We're going to make our shaker a little differently today. We've never made this style before.
I love this stuff.
Did you like this style?
Yes, I do.
Oh, good. Hi. Your stuff's all ready for you over there. Say hi to Susan. She just walked in.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Ready to go.
There we go. There's our first one. So cute. So cute. Okay. Next. I don't know which one I want to do next. Let's go ahead and do the shaker card. Let's do that one. Okay. I just have to remember how I did it. One small problem. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cover my card in Gold Mary. I don't know why I got so carried away with the tape there just now. I was distracted, I guess. Okay. We were talking about the dogs on the Muddy Paws kit. I think Teddy looks like the cockapoo on there because we don't keep him cut in a formal poodle cut, you know. He's actually full-blooded miniature poodle, but I think he looks more like the cockapoo on there because of the way we keep his hair. Brittany forbade me to put him in a formal poodle cut, but she reserved him for us at the Humane Society. She said, "This comes on the condition that you never give him pom-poms."
How mean is that?
That was just mean. Not that I would ever really want a dog with pom-poms. I don't want to have that much maintenance of their hair.
We give Olaf
A teddy bear cut. I don't know what you would call teddies, but he gets a teddy cut. Okay. You actually get, I poured mine out of the jar, but you actually getting a third of one of these containers in your kit. So you have plenty of good stuff for your insides of your cards here. Lots and lots. Okay. I want to make sure I'm going to cut this piece, and then I'm going to turn it around and go the other way and take my extra off. I want this to be 3/8 of an inch wide because I want a little bit of gold border around it. And because my card is 5 7/8 long, I want to cut this to 5 5/8. Now,
so many kits.
What's that?
So many little packages of stuff.
Okay.
Heaps of stuff.
Yeah, that one's next week.
Oh.
That you're in there. Or further out, even, maybe. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is to decide how big I want my window to be. And I made my window just for reference. I made my window on this one.
I'm using this one. Yes. Okay.
2 3/4 by 1 inch. I wanted it to be wide enough and big enough to see, but small enough to fit at the top there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut myself a piece of paper, a piece of leftover actually, that's that size. I want it to be 1 inch wide. So I'm going to cut my 1 inch. And then I'm going to hold it up to my card and say, how long do I want this to be? I don't really think I want it any bigger, my window any bigger than I made it last time. So again, let me check that measure. I think that left about a 1/2 inch at the top and on either side. So this is 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut this to 2 3/4, this little scrap piece. Now I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to position this on the back so that I have just the right amount of borders and things. And I'm going to trace around this on the back because I don't want ink on the front of my card. So I just drew a little window on the back. I'm going to get my detail scissors out. In this case, I'm using my cutter beads. I'm just going to poke a hole in here. Now you could do this with a craft knife if you're better with a craft knife than I am. Craft knife is not my tool of choice. It's just not something I'm comfortable with. If you like using a craft knife, this would probably be a really easy cut. But it's pretty easy cut with a good pair of detail scissors too. And I'm just cutting my window out at the top. Okay. Look at it from the front and it all looks good. See there? That looks fine. Just a little crinkly in this corner. I'm going to straighten that out just a tad. Okay, now, oh, where's my acetate? There should have been acetate in my kit. There must be. I just didn't see it. But it's still in this pack. There it is. There's also acetate in your kit. There it is. Okay. So, I'm going to turn this over again. I'm going to put some tape on it. And I'm going to tape around my window. Just a little piece of tape around my window. It's not this tape that's sealing my shaker card, although it is sealing it somewhat, but it's not, this isn't mostly what's holding in my pieces. This is just going to hold the window in. I'm going to put my tape down. Okay, and I'm going to put a little piece of tape on the side here, and on the side here. So we have a place to put our acetate window. You got way more acetate than you need here for this card, but you're not going to be short. I'm going to cut this piece of acetate to 1.5 inches. And I think it will fit right over the top of this hole now. Yes, it will. There it is. Now I have my acetate window in. Okay. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to do our buildup. So I'm going to get my shaker tape out here. The very first thing I'm going to do is go around my window, but then I'm going to go around the rest of my card also so that everything is an even height. Okay, and remember, when you put your tape around your window, you don't want it to be in your window, but you want it to go right to the edge of your window, because it will hold your shaker components where they can be seen and they won't be dropping down. So let's Is Roberta not on the stream tonight? I haven't seen Roberta. That's unusual.
Sometimes she falls asleep.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
I was thinking that sounds familiar.
Don't we all? All right. When you put on your shaker tape, make sure that you have good solid seams there to hold all these little goodies in, because the goodies from your packet include some little micro beads, some little seed beads, our little chicks, the blue sequins. So if you have any areas you're in doubt about at all, just cut an extra little piece and put right next to it, okay? So there's that first part. Now let's build this whole thing up so that it will lay flat on our card. So we'll just build a little raised area. What I'm trying to show you here is that any card, the hunky-dory frames make it really easy to make a shaker card, but we can make a shaker card out of any card we want to by following a simple process I'm showing you here. So this is a different way to go than what we've used before. And that's fun. I'm not sealing anything in down here, so my seams don't have to be perfect. Let's give it a little extra piece of shaker tape right in the middle to kind of support that middle part. Okay, here we go. We're gonna, I started to peel this, but I don't really want to do all this yet. I'm gonna stop short of peeling my window, because here's one of my little tips for you. Okay, we've used our powder bag before, and we're going to use our powder bag again up here in our window. But here's another trick. I'm going to use a spoon to gather up my shaker components out of my tray. I'm also going to sort them as I go. I want to make sure that I'm not getting any of those pearls in here, because the pearls stand a little too tall unless you're going to make the shaker tape 2 levels deep. The pearls stand a little too tall to let them be in the shaker mix. So take the pearls out. I also noticed that some of the little chicks are like multi-layer. There she is. We were just wondering about you, friend. Some of these are a little too thick. You can just take your fingers and break them up. Now, I put a lot of shaker mix in my first card. I don't know that I'm going to put quite as much this time. Let's see, I'm just going to use my spoon and I'm going to spoon it in. But the powder on my spoon keeps all the sequins and stuff from sticking. I want to get some of these nice little beads and things in here. I like the little beads. I like the noise they make. So I'm going to get some of those seed beads. I like these little blues. I'm going to make sure I get all of the pearls out. And another, oops, I just spilled most of those off of there after doing all that sorting. I'm going to put a little less than I did last time, because I really packed it full.
Roberta said that she's not sleeping.
She's not sleeping?
No.
Did she hear?
Okay. And I think that's going to be plenty. Now I'm going to take, I have this piece left over from when I was constructing my card. I'm going to make a little cap for my shaker box here. I'm going to take these off.
Hi, Debbie. Guess what? I'm late again.
Hi, Maryland. It's okay. The good news is you can catch us on the rerun and see what we did before. And see what all your friends have been up to. So now I'm peeling my tape. Get my little chick back in the coop there. All right, now I have this little piece of paper left over. What did your landlord turn down? Let's go back to Roberta's comments. Okay, I'm going to take this piece of paper I had left over and I'm going to seal up my box. Yeah, I had an escapee chick there. There we go. Hot water. Is your hot water tank not working?
Cold shower. So obviously not sleeping.
If your landlord turned down your hot water request, then you need to contact that office we talked with last time, Roberta. He has an obligation to make hot water available to you as your landlord. That's not optional. That's not something he gets to choose.
She says that everyone is using it all. So maybe it gets cold before. It might be one water heater that.
Oh, one water heater for a number of apartments?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then that's okay. But you'll just need to pace your showers at a point where you get in line first somehow, I guess. But yeah, if your hot water tank is out, your landlord has a obligation to provide that. Instantly got mad at your landlord again there. Did you see how that happened?
Yeah.
I was ready to write the senator again. Okay, everything's in.
Responded. That was good to see.
Okay, everything's in.
It sounds like the landlord might have turned down the heat.
Okay. All right, so here we go. We're going to now, I can't use tape on here because, I can't use my tape strips because I have all this tape. So I want to make sure I know where I'm putting it when I put it down, because once it goes down, it's going to stay. Okay, there you go. Now we have our little shaker up there. Listen,
Shaky.
you can hear the little beads shaking when you shake it. And this one looks better than my other one does because it's not so full. But you have enough chicks in your kit to make so many Easter cards. Isn't that cute? Okay, we only have one thing left to do with this little shaker card and it's done. And let's put our little greeting on it. And I believe that's on our punch out sheet up here. And we have lots of greetings today too. I have the choice between sending an extra special delivery and you're just so lovely. I think I'm going to put in the extra special delivery. And I'm going to put this right here below my window because there's a perfect spot for it there. Put a little, I can put that on foam or I can leave it flat. I don't think it matters much which you do. You like the way we used all the little pieces there to concoct our shaker box? That worked pretty well, didn't it? I thought that was pretty fun. Yeah, what did I do with my foam squares? Well, I'll use some of this. I have your senator on speed dial, Mary says. Well, if you get the kit, Annette, you're getting a third of one of these containers, and these containers were 3 ounces. You're getting more than an ounce of this shaker material in your kit. So you are going to be fine. And you will be excited to know I really liked this mix. I thought this mix was great fun with the buttons and the flat back pearls and the beads and the sequins. I ordered some more from the same company, so we're going to have more year-round kinds of mixes just like this coming in. There it is. There's our little bunny shaker. How cute is that?
Yay.
Is that just too cute for words? We got one left to go today. Can you believe it? One left to go. We've made 2 ultra sweet cards. Now we're going to make this one.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! We're going to make the inverse shaker. So let's get, now what we're going to want for this is what your packet looks like, guys. Look at this big packet of stuff. You get this in your kit. And they are not cheapy little, you get just what you need to make a single card kind of packets. They are some generous packets. So I'm going to pull out a bunch of buttons out of here. And what I love, one of the things I love about this mix is that they gave us all kinds of buttons. There's just every conceivable kind of button in here. And so they're, you can, by using the fronts and backs and the different sizes, you really get a nice variety on our buttons we're going to add to our frame. So as long as I've got this here, I'm going to fish out some buttons. I'm going to want quite a few. I'm going to want quite a few buttons. Fortunately for you, you have lots of buttons in there. Where's my powder bag? I need it on my fingers too. Hi, Glenda. We're making Easter cards. Good to see you, friend. Okay. Let's see. Fish out some of my buttons here. There's just such a nice assortment in here. It's like a treasure hunt.
My mom said that she loves your reruns. I need all the help I can get.
Well, that's why I leave them out there for you, Glenda, because it's always fun, to just go back and refresh when you need it. And nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. That's the beauty of the technology The curse of the technology we saw yesterday.
Yeah, I couldn't get on.
Oh, yesterday was just a pain,
And then when
Susan.
I did get on, there was no sound.
Yes.
So
We finally got it all worked out, but it took more than 20 minutes, and by then I was
watched
totally
it
stressed
today.
out,
I watched it earlier
but
today.
really irritated with my world.
No.
See, look at all those fine buttons. I think I got about all of them out of here now. You should have plenty of buttons in your container. That's how come I gave you so much of the shaker mix. I wanted to make sure everybody had plenty of button mix to do their. I probably have more than I need here now, but okay.
Debbie, I
Yes.
have a computer question.
Okay.
So I'm done with the sticker card except for the pictures. So
Okay.
can I just leave it as a draft
Yes.
and then go back to it later?
Yes,
Okay.
make sure you save it.
Yes, I did.
Yep.
Okay.
You absolutely can.
Just
Oh,
double
I
check.
have an escapee chick in my lap. I have a little blue dot in my lap. I'm going to use my little
I just
tidy tray
lost
and
a pearl somewhere, went running off.
pour everything back in out of my tidy tray before I can manage to have it all over me, which I will probably manage to do anyway because that's really kind of like me. This is kind of like glitter, you know? It feels like we used a lot of stuff out of our, see, I still managed to pour it all over. It feels like we used quite a bit out of our confetti mix, but we pour it all back in the container. The container still looks full. I love that. It's like glitter.
Wow stuff.
It kind of expands.
Used any of that.
Yeah. Did you do your napkin cards?
Yes.
Did they turn out great?
Beautiful.
All right. Fun. I love those napkin cards.
With the flamingos on it.
Yes, we have the flamingos. We actually have like 4 napkin sets now. Oh.
And the other one that you said had just been finished.
Margie just listed one.
Yeah.
It has a pig in it.
Yeah, I heard that. Me.
Susan collects pigs. She loves pigs. It has a pig in it.
I like bacon too.
Don't let your little pigs hear that. Susan says she loves pigs, but she loves bacon too. All right. I still have confetti all over.
My
all
son
right.
has 2 pigs always during the summer, little piglets for Christmas.
For Christmas, okay.
For Christmas.
Okay, here we go.
Where are we going?
We're going to make this inverse card.
Oh, yes,
We're going to move those buttons out of the way for a minute. All right. Now, let's see. What did I do here? I am wanting, the very first thing I need to do is fold this. So we have all this stuff going on. This is actually a 3-sided card. So Mary says, I understand. I love animals. I also love hamburgers and steak.
Yes.
Okay. Fold these 2 tabs on the outside first. Okay. Then come in here, push this one across the face down. See that? Push this one back in. And we have folded our card. Okay. It should look, when you get it done, it should look like this. This is called an inner dimension card because we have this panel that's recessed. It's like a stepper card, but backward, right? Because instead of this sticking out, these stick out. All right. We are going to cover our card with this piece of cardstock that we have left. Now, the first thing that I want to do is see this really pretty little floral. It's hard to see here, but we have this little floral pattern with this little orange line, and then we have the green. I wanted that floral pattern to be on the front of my card. See there? I thought that would look really cute there, and it does. So I'm going to trim a piece of the green off.
How much should I have left for this? Because I didn't make that yet.
Let me work with you after a while on it. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm going to trim this so that I have about, I'm going to say 3/8 at the bottom. 3/8 to a quarter on the bottom there. And I have this strip that I've just cut off in the green. We're going to place this over the face of our card. Keep that green strip because we're going to use that for our stopper inside. Okay, so I'm going to lay this card out flat again. I'm going to take my tape starting at the fold at the top. I'm going to pretty much cover the face of my card with tape. I'm going to draw a line there. You may have to smush your tape down a little bit. Smoosh, you like that word? You might have to smush your tape down a little bit because it might be, they might overlap just a little bit. So when we pull the paper off the tape, I might have to smoosh my tape down just a little bit to get it to lay flat. But I'm going to cover the 3 sides of this card with my tape, just like that, okay? Just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to peel my tapes. Okay. And this one I'm going to have to smush a little bit. See, those 2 tape lines work well, but see where my tape's kind of sticking up there? I'm just going to take my paper and smush it down. Now I'm going to take my tapes off this side. And I'm going to peel tape off of this side. I'm going to smush my tape down just a little bit. You won't have problems if you're using regular shaker tape. I'm using the extra wide craft style stuff. That's why I'm having to do a little smushy. Okay. I am going to take my cardstock. I'm going to line up the lower corner, the bottom, and the side. Line up my left-hand side in my lower corner. I'm going to lay it on there. I'm going to rub it down. There we go. And I'm going to flip it over then. And I'm going to cut off this extra piece along the side. Then I'm going to cut off this extra piece on the top. You there? I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to reach in here with my scissors. And I'm going to cut along this inside piece until I reach the bottom. And I'm going to come in on this side. And I'm going to just reaching inside there. It's a pretty straight cut, so it's not difficult, guys. The only part that's difficult at all is getting this bottom piece just right. Just take your time. Get your scissors way down in there and then cut right along that front piece. And there we go. Now, yeah, you're going to take that out.
Okay.
Now, if you have any little imperfections in your cutting, like right in my corners, you can kind of see a little imperfection. Don't worry about that. Why? Because we're covering this frame in buttons, guys. We're going to put buttons there. So if you have any little imperfections, don't worry about that. We're going to cover those up. The next thing I want to do is get this piece of our beautiful sage velvet. We're going to measure our inside piece, which is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. Couldn't be something easy, could it? No. 3 1/8. So 3 1/8 inch wide. Get it nice and straight. 3 1/8 inch wide by 4 3/8 inch long.
And breathe. 3 1/8
by 4 3/8 inch. And that should fit this panel back here perfectly. And it's pretty darn good. When I put this in, I'm going to match, you are right, Mary Lynn. I'm going to match to the upper portion. If it's short or if it, anything, I'm going to match to the upper side because anything else is falling down in that little well behind your sight line, okay? So just a thought there. I think I'm going to glue this in. I don't remember what I did last time, to tell you the truth, but I think I'm going to glue this in because that will give me the opportunity to move it a little bit this way and that way. Thank you, Thelma. I still have little confetti just everywhere on my desk because that's me, huh? I'm going to put my glue right around the edge here. I'm not going to over glue it. I don't want to create big glue stains on my fabric. I'm just going to put a little glue all the way around this little tab there. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to match, remember, to my top edge. I want this to hit right at the top of that and right out to the two sides. So the glue gives me an opportunity to get that in there just right. And now we have our little panel in the back. How cute is that? Isn't that cute? I love that sage with this yellow. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, I'm a bit.
Okay. We're going to use this little bunny decoration inside here.
The green goes on there.
Now, I think I might do mine just a little differently than I did last time. Last time, I put my bunny clear down to the bottom. And it still looks good, but I actually have quite a bit of green showing at the top, don't I? So this time, remember, our sight line is fairly high here. So I'm not going to go way clear up, but I'm going to use up a little bit more of that green this time, okay? And then I think I'm going to just glue this in here because once again, the glue will allow me to be able to reposition just a little bit to get it right where I want it. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little glue on the back of my topper. Again, my goal is not to saturate it, just to hold it in place. I do try and get all the little edge bits that can fold and kind of get in the way. And you do have to be a little careful when you put this in here because we don't want to get glue on our velvet. But I'm going to go higher than before, but not all the way up. And I have to turn this around so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go higher than before, but not all the way to the bottom because I want to use up more of that green this time. That looks better, I think. Here, look at the two. I think it looks much better a little higher. It's time to glue on buttons. I like this part. And if you get your little buttons out next to where you're working, your goal should be to make them look different. Now, some of these are going to be kind of clear from one side, and they're going to be kind of white or kind of opaque on the other side. Choose some that are opaque, choose some that are clear. Just try and mix it up so that you don't have a bunch of buttons that look exactly the same. So try and mix it up a little bit. You want some opaque ones, you want some green ones. I even have one that's like this big concave button. I think it's actually pretty fun. It's got I have to take a pin to it because it's got a little seed bead in one of the holes. I'm going to poke the seed bead out of it. Yeah. I'm not sure it'll go through there though.
I found the pins.
Oh, I got it. That's all I needed. Thank you. Yeah, I'm even going to use that big concave one just because I think it's pretty fun. Fun buttons. Where else are you going to go where they're going to talk to you about fun buttons? Now, if you have a little crinkle right there in the corner like I did, just put a pretty button there. And as you go across, we're not going to try and put our buttons side by side. We're going to kind of I'm trying to get this where I can see it on camera at the same time I'm working. There we go. We're not going to try and go side by side. We're just going to kind of space them out, mixing our yellows and our teals, our aqua, whatever color that is. And we just want a little bit of everything here. I like the opaque ones. I like the clear ones. I like the yellow ones. I like the opaque yellow ones. Just space them out. Have some fun with it. I can put a few dots of glue on where I know I'm going to put buttons. That will save me a little time. And just have some fun with it. Opaque, some clear, some deeper color. Oops. And we're just going to put a few around on here. You probably will have more buttons than you need. That's okay. Just save them for a different day. But if you're at all disappointed with the corner cut here, just put a button there. Put a button on it, Margie.
I was thinking that.
I knew that was going to come up.
There are some things in life that are fully predictable, aren't they? I hear Ted making an appearance out there. If you have pink or blue pastel buttons, you could add those too. That'd be fun. Wouldn't it? I think it would. I looked at adding some and then I decided to go with what I had. I kind of like the theme of using that one pack of confetti mix in 3 different ways. Because we have the buttons, we use the pearls, and then we use the confetti mix. So we used everything in different ways. That made me happy. The strangest little things make me happy, you know. They don't have to be all uniform. There we go. My little buttons all over. Okay. If you have inserts that match this paper, this is the time to use it. If you do not have inserts, don't worry about it. You can use any kind of insert material you want. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this green border we cut off and we're going to put that on the front. Use some of your shaker tape. Use some of our shaker tape.
Tape. I saw it there.
Put a couple lines of that shaker on there. Hold that nice wide border.
Oh, that's much shaker tape. That's funny.
Okay. Oh, those buttons you got from your grandma and your great grandma might be worth some money, Sharma. Some of those old buttons really are. Okay. Clip off the extra. And we have a bunny. Oops, I forgot we also have a greeting to go on there. So let's go back to our punch out sheet, wherever it might be.
To your left, maybe?
There it is. It was right in front of me. We have this big happy Easter. Hope you have an extra special day. And let's put this greeting right here across our. Oh, why did we get all? Wow, we got all goofed out there and then locked
On
up.
one side, huh? Okay, let me refresh and see what happens on this side.
There we go. A little better. I don't know why it got all goofed up, but technology. Gotta love it.
And
Okay.
I'm out enough that
All right. There we go. I think it's good enough now. Added my little greeting there, and we are all finished. How cute is that? Look at that. We made 3 precious cards. What time is it?
it is 5:30.
It's 5:30. An hour and a half. 3 really precious cards. We got our button card. We got our shaker card. I'm more pleased with my shaker this time than I was last time. Like I said, last time I made 2 mistakes. One, I got a pearl in there and it stopped stuff from shaking right, which is irritating to me. And 2, I think I filled it too full. This one is much better. I get a whole lot better activity and I get sound. So we got our shaker card, our truly really cute shaker card. No, we're not doing heart cards tonight. Those are going to be at some point in the near future. I'm just ahead a little bit on kits, but you can go ahead and get them and it will be a class where we have the hearts and the galoshes go together. Super cute set, super cute, fun. And we used our confetti 3 different ways. Wasn't that fun? That just made me feel great. I just really enjoyed this kit. I know you will too. It's great fun. It's great fun. I think we have a few left. I'm not sure how many, but really, really cute and a great price for what you're getting in this kit. Remember to powder your spoon. It makes all the difference in not having that confetti be really difficult to use when you're trying to fill up your shaker card. So powder your spoon. I now have a new tool in my tool rack over here. I have a powdered spoon. But it worked. It worked great. Okay, let's talk about what we have coming up. How many of these bird kits do we have left? Can you link this bird kit?
Me?
Did you get one?
I want one,
You want one? Okay.
please.
I actually have an extra here.
It's a Kanban, right?
Yeah, Kanban. It's in the class kits section. So, okay, let's take a look again at what we're doing on Saturday. This is going to be such good fun. It's just going to be great. Okay. Here are our sample cards. Remember that this is a use your stash kit. What I mean by that, and you can come in a little if you could, Margie, please. What I mean by that is this is an opportunity to go to your craft room, go to those craft drawers that you have, pull out some of your specialty papers, pull out some of your stickers, corners, borders, pull out some glitter or some liquid pearls, pull out some mirror board if you have it, and you're going to use the supplies out of your own cupboard this time. All I'm providing you with is the basic kit and then some ideas to get you started. We're not going to make up a big giant kit out of this, and I'll tell you why. I have 7 card samples ready for you right now, and I barely touched this kit. This has so many cards that you can do out of it that I just felt like it was better. How many did we have left? Could you see? We have 10? Oh, we still have 20 of them. Okay, so we still have plenty of these bird cards left. They're $14.95. You are going to get so many cards out of this. And it's one of those, let's use up our stash. Let's use up our stash. You're going to bring in your own card blanks, ribbons, bows, mirror board, corners, borders, glitter, whatever you want to use. I'll give you some ideas for the basic cards. You guys embellish them to your heart's content. But the cards are just turning out spectacularly with just stash me. Yeah, you. Stickles, yes. Why not? Stickles are great. Nouveau pearls, Nouveau drops are great. Corners and borders will be right up Annette's alley. Bows, for those of you who like it. I know you got a big ribbon stash at this point, guys. I know it. I love this one. He's almost camouflaged here in the front. See him? He's so cute. So, wow. This is a great kit. Now, there's 7 cards right there. Instead of showing you everything you get in the kit, let me show you what I have left after making 7 cards. Okay? Because you saw them. They're right there. 7 cards. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I still have 9 pieces of foiled cardstock. I have this entire packet. There's got to be 20 or more tags and sentiments in here. At least 20 tags and sentiments in here. I have all of these punch out sheets. Punch out. A whole page of punch outs. I have a half used page of punch outs. I know there's more here. Here we go. Here's another whole page of punch outs. Here's a page of big punch outs. These are all scallopy on the edges. I have cardstock background, another full cardstock background. I have another full cardstock background, another full cardstock background. I have all of these insert sheets, which are beautiful for making cards. I love them. I love them. And you saw one of my samples is made out of one of these. So I have all these insert sheets. This is why I didn't build a kit around this, because when I build a kit, I like to show you how to use everything. And there's just too much to use everything. This is a stash user kit. You're going to go get in, use some of the stuff out of your own stash right now. And can you believe that? That's what I have left after I made up 7 cards. This was one of the inserts. Isn't that cute? It's a beautiful card. Again, here's a piece of my cardstock. There was a couple pieces of printed card, and I made 2 cards out of one of the printed cardstocks. So this is all coming up on Saturday. I'll show you these cards again. We'll talk our way through these, and then I'll make some more while you guys are working on yours. So we're going to end up with at least a dozen samples for you guys to reference out of this stash builder or stash user kit. Okay. So that's coming up on Saturday. That's our bird kit. It's called Bird Song, and it's by Kanban. It's going to be great fun. What did Diane say? Okay.
Let me climb over all my stuff in my classroom to see if I have a stack.
Okay. If you have to climb, I think you do. Here's your kit, Susan. You have one now.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So this is coming up on Saturday. Now on Thursday, you have Margie's teacup class.
Okay.
Issue 50, Tattered Lace, coming up next Thursday.
I'll be here for that, hopefully, Margie.
Teacup class next Thursday. This was one, I believe, Margie, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't this one of the extra papers in the kit that you texturized? And yeah, out of the magazine. This is one of the extra papers.
You have to fussy cut this before class in order to keep up.
Okay, so did you guys hear that? In the instructions in the class kit, I wrote this too. She wants you to fussy cut out the flowers for this before class time so that you can keep up. Here's one of the teacups from the kit. Look at that with that glittered ribbon. Isn't that beautiful? Your glittered ribbon and your background colors will be included in your kit this time. Here's another. Here is another of her teacups. Look what she did here.
Ooh. And I will tell you,
I'm going to turn this
strip to the right,
this one.
the pink and the blue strip, you will be getting a whole blue strip, no pink, because I was running out of ink, and that was the last one I had, so I used that.
Okay. So your kit may be a little different. She'll walk you through what the differences are. She used our wood paper to create a house, and here's the delivery van. I think her concept here is a thank you card for your delivery drivers. This little van is, you get the die for the teacup, and you get the die for the van, and you get a CD of images for the van too. So it's an amazing kit this time. And then this van looked a whole lot to Margie like the Scooby-Doo mystery van. So she made a haunted house card. So you have this coming up next Thursday with Margie. Margie will also be here on Thursday on Wednesday for What's New Wednesday. So she'll be doing What's New Wednesday and class on Thursday with you. And I don't know what the following Saturday is going to be yet. I'm working on it. Brittany will be asking me tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I'll have something for you. We might do I don't usually do a Deco large on Saturday, but if I don't have something else, I might do the Deco large that following Saturday. Yeah, that's really a neat kit, isn't it, Linda? Okay. Are there any questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom? Anybody got a question, a comment, or a pearl of wisdom? I sure like these cards today. They just make me happy. Little shaker cards with chicks in them. They just make me happy. Biscuit has the crazy zoomies. Bob calls our cats ricochet when they do that. Yeah, some really fun classes coming up. Okie dokie. So if there are no questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom, I'm going to say good night for tonight. I will see you.
Mary Lynn
on
asked one quick question a little bit
question.
ago.
Okay, what was that?
And I know that we had kind of talked about it before. The mailing list.
Yes, the mailing list will be out to you before I leave to go to Kelso. So it will be out by Monday. You will have it very soon. Okay, I promised already. That's coming out to you no later than Monday. Okay, I will see you guys on Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, good night, Gracie.
Night, night.